All right, note to Grace fans on AKA Werevlog. We are going to see the werewolf in the barn for a moment. Just like a little glimpse of the werewolf in the barn. No CGI. So no artificial, no, none of that. So we'll have to use a costume only. So, that's my rule on directing. I would want no CGI, no computer animated stuff at all in the whole film. So we would just really find good costumers and puppeteers and stuff. Going back to the day of like Labyrinth and the old school werewolves, like American Werewolf in London and things like that. They did use stop action. I may be okay with that, but we're talking about no CGI at all. Even if it looks a little fake, it's okay. But just a moment in the barn where he's like in the shadow and it's very hard to see him. Or it's actually it's a she-wolf that we're dealing with. And there's a moment at the very end where Rainy Love is in the kitchen cooking, and we see that her legs are werewolf legs, like a satyr, like a satyr is, like in a satyr play. You see the legs. So there's two moments where we see the werewolf. One time in the shadow of the barn, and then the other time in the kitchen you see who the werewolf is. She's like half werewolf at that moment, because she's out of the moonlight. So in the barn, he comes in the barn, or she comes in the barn as the werewolf, she-wolf. And I would want it to be costumed. I want it to be made with hands, like a real suit, werewolf suit kind of thing. Like only, or I would just not want to be a part of it. I don't want CGI. And I know they try to talk me into CGI, no CGI. Because that is crafting. It puts manpower behind it, and costumers and all that stuff is what I would want. All right, a lot of exciting things are happening. I got a school district that's interested, possibly, in interviewing me. We'll have to see. Some of my stuff is a little older, but I don't know if it matters if I have to go and take a content area test or something. I don't know. I've already passed the one like twice. So then I got to go to the courthouse and take care of the charge, and I'll talk to you all about that. So I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than I think. And then where are we going after that? Am I taking you anywhere? Okay, so you are going to be with me today, and I'll probably go by DFW. There you are. See the green dot, sweetie? You're supposed to talk in that green dot. So you look and then.
Where's the green dot?
It's right there.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
See it?
Okay,
yeah, we're practicing the Michael Caine School of Acting. So when you talk to the green dot, you talk to a friend rather than like an audience, so that it's like a personal thing. So picture one of your friends and talk to the green dot.
What friend?
Oh, Joanna. Picture Joanna.
Oh, hi, Joanna.
See, that's different. And I'm gonna picture a friend of mine. Let's see. Hey, Rob, how you doing? See, it's a different kind of thing than if you're just talking general, right? When you picture a friend. That's Michael Caine's technique. He's 90 years old, Michael Caine. He's one of the best acting teachers around. So instead of saying Michael Caine's the best acting teacher around, you would say to your friend, Michael Caine, that is a great acting teacher, right? Because I'm talking to my friend. See the difference? So I pictured my friend right there, and I'm like, dude, have you seen Michael Caine's School of Acting? See, it's more engaged.
Oh, yes.
You see? Now try telling Joanna something. Hi,
Joanna. How are you today at work? I miss you.
See, it's a little bit different than just generally talking to the audience. I'm still learning about it. And also, I found this thing, too. This is from Sydney Actors School, right here. Sydney Actors School. And it's about directing, and the first name of this teacher is Pip. Her name is Pip. Pip Edwards, right here. Check this out. It's got 34,000 views. She gives some like realistic notes about how to talk to actors if you're a director, and how to evaluate what good acting is and get it out there and stuff. And she starts with just real conversations. It's very Sanford Meisner. Have you ever heard of Sanford Meisner? Where they're just sitting and talking to one another and listening and responding. And they're specific about things. Like, for example, one of the actors asked the other actor what they like about, living at home. And the actor responds with, he gets these Italian meals fed to him, and he lights up and stuff. And so he's picturing something on the inside, which is his life, and he's responding to it in a real way. He's not just having a senseless conversation. So they have these conversations with each other about the things that they like, and then they listen and respond. But this is an hour and 16 minutes, so I've only got to like roughly almost 14 minutes of it. But I recommend it. One more time, I'll show it to you. It's Pip Edwards, and it's Sydney Actors School. It's got 34,000 views. And I thought now what I can do is start including this knowledge that I get from YouTube and from what I know in the past at the Actor Studio, and still studying other techniques. The Actor Studio people in the method, they're studying other techniques. They don't study just one technique. It's not just one thing. You can use many different techniques in it. That's the thing that's good about the method, is you can use any type of technique as long as it works for you. But they will focus on sense memory and emotional recall and things like that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. All right, now I gotta go to the courthouse. So I've been thinking a lot about, the repercussions of petty theft and how it's wrong. And I know there was something a long time ago that happened with Winona Ryder. I think what it is it's a fear that you're not going to get enough. I know these big time actors, they have to raise like $60,000, $70,000 a month just to make their assets, to cover some of their assets and stuff. I know some of the rock stars have to do the same. But I think stupid theft, like tip jar kind of stuff, and I don't know, just that kind of stuff. It's a fear. It comes out of fear of not thinking that you're going to cover everything. And in a lot of cases, what it ends up doing is it sets you back. You go the opposite way. Just like alcoholism and everything like that. Now with Linda, she's doing really well. She's gone 12 hours without a drink. Now she's starting to plan how long she can go between drinks, and that's a sign that they might beat the alcoholism. I'm doing the same thing with some of my problems because I was diagnosed with OCD at the age of 12. So I try not to do certain stupid stuff or things that don't make sense for a longer period of time. Like I used to have to swallow 10 times when I'd get nervous. I do it on stage too. I have to cover it up so the audience wouldn't be able to see it. And it would sometimes have to be in succession. So I sit there and swallow. The thing is that what that does, though, I learned from another actor, is that relaxes the voice when you swallow. So there could be some logic to it. Meaning you just swallow once, and it can relax the voice, and you can become more resonant. Because you're relaxing more, like when you're taking in a liquid. This is tea. So there is some logic to it, but then when I have to touch things, I try to stay away from that because that's very obvious to the audience. It's hard to, if you're OCD and you have to go and touch a part of the stage and you're playing a character and it doesn't fit in the script, you better be one heck of an actor to figure out how to get over there and touch that part of the set. And I don't do that anymore. I never had that problem, but you know who did was Chris Farley. And it's on one of the, I don't know if he was doing it to be funny, which he may have been, but when he was coming out and starting out live, and he would walk out and introduce himself, he'd go and touch these pictures and stuff. You can see him do it, but the way he does it, it's funny, and it fits into his character because he was really kind of a messed up guy. I don't know if he was OCD, but some people say that he was, because I'm not a psychologist. So, as an actor, you have to overcome mental illness for the role. It's hard to do because you may live with it in life. You may have a problem with alcoholism. You may have a drug problem. We've lost so many actors to drugs, and that's a form of an obsession and a compulsion. And sometimes it goes too far. One of my favorite actors, and I saw some of his directing work too, was Philip Seymour Hoffman, and He had beautiful children, a beautiful life. He was a great director, a great actor. He played Truman Capote. He won an Oscar for that. For some odd reason, he went off somewhere in Soho or the Village and bought some envelopes of heroin and didn't wake up the next day and died. That's a compulsion. He had beat it most of his career, like his, 30 years or however long his career was. From when he was young and he got wrapped up in it, he had gone sober most of his career. He was sober, and out of nowhere, boom, it killed him. Compulsion comes out of a mysterious thing. That's another thing that has to be studied, and it's tied in there, right there with addiction and everything. So, luckily, I don't have it as bad as some. Like, for example, Tourette's syndrome. And all these things are studied by actors. You have to understand it, and you have to be a master of self-control. I don't know if there is any actors that have had Tourette's, but there's some actors that have played characters that have had it. And that has to do with a different type of compulsion, because the mind becomes boggled and it becomes overwhelmed with electrical pulses, and the person has to cry out and, say the curse word, out of nowhere, and they have no control of it, And I saw this guy out in New York when I would walk around when I was going to the studio or if I was going to the new school, and everyone loved him, and he had nice clothes and wore these headphones, and he would yell and scream that he was going to kill you, and everyone cared for him because it wasn't in his control, it was out of his control. So he would have been a tough actor to work with, but yet you could still include him in some way, because actors are being included that have problems, with inclusion. One of my problems is I vlog too much, so I'm going to go ahead and cut here, but I wanted to talk about that. One big step that I'm going to have to work on is finding, out of the, I do like a 2-hour show. So I'm going to look through the 2 hours and find what is best for the show and see if I can put together a 30-minute show. So what that is that's editing. Not just patching sequences together. That's not necessarily editing. That's part of editing. Patching or making sequences flow better, but trying to find what's going to work best for a 30-minute show out of 2 hours worth of footage. There's a firefly behind me right here. I barely can see it. See what I'm saying? That way you don't get too much, and I'm only worried about uploading one show a day. And that's going to be tough for me. That's going to be letting go of some of these OCD kind of insanity kind of things, and I have to discuss it with you to see if we can do that. So today's going to be an experiment. I'm only going to take the best out of the 2 hours of footage that I may get. Download a ride on Zip Zone. They're all the way from Florida. Download and ride. The guy's making a career out of it right there. He's coming out of Florida. It's downtown Fort Worth. I did the courthouse. Download and ride Zip Zone. It's part of the Trinity Metro. Alright, Zip Ride. This is downtown Fort Worth. trolley. They have a pizzeria here. It's Pachi. It's 1996. It's established. I never even heard of it until now. Yeah, downtown Fort Worth has tons of restaurants. They've got theaters, places for musicians. I knew a mime here that got arrested. He was, it was David Yakel. He was miming on the sidewalk and went away in handcuffs. So it doesn't say any signs around here that you can't mime, but there was some reason they got him. They have like a square around here to do that kind of stuff. And then down this way was, I think where they used to have, or they still have, an African American theater. It's down that way. And there's also Circle Theater too. Might be over here. This is the bank that Linda applied at right there. UMT. Or she didn't apply at the bank, but at the bakery. Yeah, I think it's right up here. There's the courthouse way over this way. We're going to Sundance Square. Those are the lofts. Okay, so it's on the other road down that way, the other street down that way. It means celebration, the theater's name. Wait, maybe that's it right there. Yeah, it looks like a marquee right down that way. It says the word theater on it. Jubilee. Yeah, Jubilee means celebration. Jubilee Theater. Seen one show, I think I auditioned there one time for a show. They're right there. Jubilee Theater. It's a pretty cool theater. Right. There's the courthouse over that way. We'll pass Circle here in a minute. Circle's right there. Circle Theater. There are two theaters that are close by. Both of them are downtown theaters, and I guess Jubilee was probably downtown far before all of them. There used to be another one right down there called Texas Stage, and it was also called Stage West. Stage West was downtown. Circle moved in here probably, man, late 90s maybe? I saw one of their shows. I saw Delicate Balance here, Edward Albee, while I was at UNT. So they were definitely here in the late 90s. They used to be off West Magnolia, and they started on Bluebonnet Circle by TCU. That's why they're called Circle Theater. And they've had this place, the Newberries run it. And I went to school with Michael. He's the son. And Something's Coming Soon. I'm Proud of You is the name of the play. They do new work that comes usually right off Broadway. They're big about that. You know, shows that are new and hot on Broadway, they bring it here. They don't bring it from Broadway, but they bring the play. Well, I guess they bring the play. They bring the words. And I'm probably going to turn here and then make it to the park. That's 92.1 Hank FM. Real country, 92.1 Hank FM. Here's the square I was talking about. If you were a mime or something, you probably wouldn't get arrested nowadays. This was back in the 90s when David Yakel got it. I don't know where he was. Somewhere on the sidewalk or something. I've worked with David Yakel only once, and that was at the Worthington over that way. And we were dumb mimes because look at this guy. This guy's great. we were dumb mimes because we would run around the entire event doing fly lotsies and stuff, you know, just to get people's attention. We were so out of breath and full of sweat. David Yakel stayed in one area and only moved his hands and his head and his upper body. He knew that it was going, you know, we were going to be there for 4 or 5 hours. So he economized his movements. That's what real mimes do and stuff in events like that. You can't go running around the whole show. You'll collapse because mime takes so much energy just if you're stable in one area. So I watched him. He was like in the corner of like his own little booth kind of thing. So people would have to walk by him to see him rather than him go find, or rather than he go find, you know, someone to entertain. They would find him. All right. We're on a Friday. Free parking weekdays after 6 and all weekends. So I didn't get the amount of time on that. I'll have to walk down there and see. So we'll have to pay for this parking right here. I'll walk back and check out the hours on everything. This touch here. There it is. One thing I've had that's similar to this is a false charity charge way a long time ago in Long Beach. Didn't really understand it. I was working for a telemarketing company out of Los Angeles. That I didn't feel was right. This one, I understand. I'm gonna go down. Actually, I'm gonna go down this way. I'm going the right way. But I'm going with no contest because I sincerely don't even know if I did it for the show or not. I hope I didn't. I don't think I did. But I didn't run off with it though, so I didn't gain any profit off of it. So I think holding someone down like that over some change is really stupid. I don't even know how much it was. Reverse, like it was $20 or something. Change. I thought they left it out. Something like that. All right, it is September 22nd, 2023. As of the recording of this, I'm in a parking lot, Sundance Square. I'm headed to the courtyard. Well, I'm at the courthouse to take care of a ticket. I'll tell you everything is in a minute. I'm going to check the parking hours coming up here. All right, 1 hour is $3, 2 hours is $6, 2.5 hours, $7, 3 hours is $9, 4 hours is $12, and then 15 if it's over 4 hours. So we got 1 hour 3, 2 hours 6, 2.5 hours 7, 3 hours 9, 4 hours 12, and 4 hours until midnight's 15. There's some cool little photos of people. Don't really recognize them, but they're kind of cool. Right next to AMC movie theater. Just right over this way off of Calhoun Street. Something about it lives inside. Playing Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. There's the palace right here. It's basically Calhoun Street. That's the courthouse right there. Right off of can't really see it, but it's Weatherford. Right here. Don't know if that's the right one or not. It's one of the older ones. That's where Linda and I did the little pantomime in front of the horse, where they'd bring their horse back in the day to drink water. And there's one of the courthouses right here. That's the CK Meanius Administration Building. So I'm wondering what this address is here. It doesn't say Throckmorton on it. Throckmorton. Sounds like trouble though, doesn't it? Throckmorton. That says Weatherford right here. That says Maine. So we're looking for Throckmorton. I think you go there possibly maybe to get a marriage license on that one. Got a Texas Brazil coming up here. Churrascara, served like meat on a stick. Here's Joe Daches, a jeweler. And that's the Worthington, the Renaissance Worthington Hotel. That's where we did the little Mardi Gras thing for Ted Pocket. Oh, here's Fort Worth Weekly. All right, now we're approaching Throckmorton. It's the next road here. Probably it's gonna be that building right there. It's 1000 Throckmorton. That goes into the Worthington over there. That bridge right there. Beyond that is Sundance Square. That's Throckmorton. So it'd be that building right there. I don't know what this is. Huh. Alright, here we go. That says 300, so it's not that one. I'm thinking maybe this corner one right over here. Guess I'll stay on Throckmorton until I see something that says 1000. That's 300 right there. Oh man, it could be way over that way. It says criminal court. Doesn't have an address on it. All right, this one says 300 though. Back there said 200. So 1000 must be past TCC, is what I'm thinking, past Taylor. So I'm still in Throckmorton. That's the jail right there. That one is the Tim Curry Criminal Justice Center, spelled the same way as the actor that played the clown in It, Pennywise the clown. Tarrant County College. This is Trinity River campus right here. So I guess if I keep going down this way, I'll run into 1000. Nope, just went into Belknap. Crud. I'm gonna have to use GPS. All right, we're gonna have to find this thing.
All right, so for like traffic tickets and citations, I'm in the wrong area big time. So this is a good vlog to watch because these buildings and stuff like that are not the right ones for right now. So we're on Throckmorton right here, and it looks like it's going to be quite the walk all the way down this road right here. Maybe a few blocks or so. Oh, just give me some time right here. You can see the timer there. Okay. Yep, it's this road right here. Going down this road right here. We'll go right into the Worthington and right past old Texas Stage and the old Sundance movie house. It was part of AMC, but they moved it. I'll show you later. All right, this is 100 Throckmorton. That's the criminal building over there. And whoops. This one's the, you ever seen that Woody Allen movie, Crimes and Misdemeanors? It's that kind of thing. This we're at like what? That's 100. So we're gonna go down this way until we get to 1,000, and we'll get there. I need to walk anyway. It's been some time. I try to do a little bit at the airport, but 20 minutes of walking a day does so much for a person. Just simply just getting up, walking simply for 20 minutes. It's not that long, and it can change your life. You can move that up to 30 minutes. Eventually just kind of top it off at 40 minutes or so. I was doing like 2-hour slow jogs, which I think is a little too much. But lately it's been hard because of schedule. So I do get to do some walking. Here's some kiosk, bicycle app stuff right here. You can use your app to get a bicycle. 24-hour day pass is $10. I looked into that if I was going to do delivery for Kippy John's. They actually suggest you can do like a $10 bike rental per day. This is the Worthington right here. That's where we did the New Orleans Mime Festival thing, or whatever you call it. It's like a night in New Orleans. I played on mime. It's in this building right here. Yackel was there, Brian Beck was there. It's pretty crazy. It's like a New Orleans night kind of thing. Mardi Gras is what they call it. Yeah, Mardi Gras festival. This one goes off of mind control or something. You just think good thoughts and it turns to the walk sign. Sorry. I don't know, there wasn't a button to press for the thing. That's the tower right there. Those are pretty cool. They're like luxury apartments.
But there's no washer and dryer.
Someone's looking for an apartment with a washer and dryer. Hope they find it, man. I had a really good one in Carrollton. It was great. It's a great place. Had a private garage. Affordable, it's like $1,200. Washer, dryer, it's like the best thing. But Linda was too noisy. There's the towers right there. And then we're gonna go by Circle. I'm not gonna go in or anything. Just kind of look outside and see what they're doing. Circle Theater. I performed here a few times. Here's the seating they show. No, that's a neighboring restaurant. Never mind. It's adapted for the stage by Tim Madigan and Harry Parker. Based on the book, I'm Proud of You, My Friendship with Fred Rogers. by Tim Madigan. You are different, Fred. And I have to do anything to earn your love and approval. You seem to see something I can't see in myself, so here's the question. Proud of me. Fred, only you be proud of me, or something like that. I'm gonna read the cursive. Fred, could you be proud of me? I think that's what it means. October 26th through November 11th. That's when we're doing it. So it's gonna be done by circle. Couple TCU guys on the wall. It's like a traffic control guy over here. Well, what I should have done is put the GPS in first coming to downtown, but then I wouldn't have been able to walk as far. But it's way down past 6th Street. Took the vanity shop there and lost the bus cross. All right, it's a bus stop right there. Going to 7th Street. See if we're there yet. There I am talking about vlogging less. I'm probably gonna keep all this. Jesus love, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to hire an editor. More TCU stuff. Yeah, we're at 700 right here. 700, 7th. Still crossing. All right. Probably getting there quicker if I would have just did a little drive by but you know, you got to see the criminal building section of Fort Worth, and now this is the other, I guess, less of a criminal building. I guess, you know, the misdemeanor people. They're like, well, you know, hey, it's still a crime. I understand. All right. How much are we talking about? Come on. Give me some plans. It's kind of what's going on in my head right now. So sometimes if something's really important to me, I don't really talk about it. I just kind of hint to it. All right, let's look at the numbers on this one. 900. So it looks like it's gonna be that building probably. Right next to what used to be the Black Dog. This used to be the Black Dog right here. Now it's Jay's Burgers. Winchester's down below. When I was in college, they called it the Black Dog. It was based on a Led Zeppelin song. It's kind of a wild club. Saw my actor friend Eddie there one time with some chicks. A long time ago though. College days, we're talking like late, mid-90s, 1990s. All right. They got like a ball over there. Okay. This would have, I'm guessing this is the building. Fitzgerald Federal Building. Don't see an address. Yeah, there's no address outside on it. Annuit correctus novis ordo seclurium. Tom D. and NYU probably would know what that means. Well, still haven't found it yet. think I'm close though. This is 900. That's 9th Street right there. I don't know. Maybe this is it? Yep, this one's it right here. Fancy artwork outside right here. This is how you find it right here. Right down the street from 10th Street. It's a public court building. Okay, Riley Halloway. Remnants of 1965. This is a digital print. Since adoption of the ordinance more than 50 years ago, the Human Relations Commission, as it is now known, has tackled several sensitive issues, promoting equal opportunities for all, including access to housing, employment, enjoyment of public place. Today, the Human Relations Commission continues to celebrate the city's diversity and fights for equality for all residents of Fort Worth. There's some information right here if you can read it. I'll try to kind of this way. All right.